Yo, what's going on, beautiful people? Good Doc back again, once again. Wanting to shoot this quick video for you guys, all right? So, in reference to a question that was asked in Frequently Asked Questions Fridays, I was reading the comment section and I felt like this was noteworthy. The comment read something to the effect of, how does casual sex or casual hookups in the Philippines work in reference to comparisons to the United States? Okay, first things first, let's get it out the way. Casual sex in the United States versus casual sex in the Philippines, two different things. Basically, only because casual sex in the United States can happen far more frequently than probably you would find in the Philippines. Okay, that's pretty much where they differ. And also the ways they go about. But let's just focus on how it happens in the Philippines and ways in which you guys could actually partake in said activities, especially those that may not be looking for any type of relationship. Now, there are going to be some people who may disagree with this. I understand that. I feel it coming. But I'm going to say it to get it out the way. That way, if you guys are on board, you're good. If you're not on board, hey, at least we tried, right? I'm not going to say that I'm speaking from experience, but I will say that I have heard that there are very minimal qualifications needed in reference to achieving a casual sexual relationship with a Filipino. And to be honest with you, as dull and as dumb and as slow and as so commonly sensical as this may sound, it's true. All you got to do is treat them good and treat them right. Especially if this isn't a monetary relationship, basically exchange of funds for services. That's what I'm referring to as a monetary situation, exchange of funds for services. If you treat them good and you treat them right, have a nice bed to lay in, buy them food, take them out, treat them good. Kind of seems like a relationship, but not really. But if you're able to have great conversation with the young lady, if you're able to just be nice, I think that where most foreigners go wrong in ruining most casual relationships is they kind of can be dicks. Truth be told, foreigners can be a-holes. And I think that's where most of them, I'm not going to say myself included because I'm not one of y'all sometimes. And I'm definitely not putting myself in the category with y'all. But where most people go wrong is they say the wrong things or they talk about the wrong topics of conversation. And it kind of ruins their chances of even remotely getting into casual sexual relationships with Filipinos. But when I say treat them right, like I said, man, just make sure there's food, man. I've always said this before. Y'all think I'm joking. I'm lying if I'm flying, but I'm telling you, a full Filipina, a fed Filipina, is a very friendly Filipina. Say that one more time. A full fed Filipina is a very friendly Filipina. Sometimes all they want to do is eat. And as long as you're good to them, casual conversation, you treat them right, you don't disrespect them by saying stupid stuff, I can almost close to guarantee that you have a high probability of just being able to get with her without actually committing to her. A lot of Filipinas are aware. Y'all act like these women are dumb, but a lot of them are aware that many of you are only there for a significant, well, a limited, not significant, limited period of time. A lot of them are aware of that. You have some that will just try to go for the money grab. You can see it in their eyes, man. They just trying to get as much out of you as humanly possible. Then you got some where they're like, well, he's a nice guy, my first foreigner, I want to share in the experience. And that's where you guys may not understand. A lot of them just want the experience. It sounds weird, I know. If you treat them right and you find yourself in the right place at the right time and they literally just want to share in the experience of being with a foreigner, you're golden. I'm not going to sit there and say that you're not going to part with some money. Like I said, feed them. It's that simple. It is not hard. It is not hard. Treat them right, feed them right. I think that really might pay dividends. But I don't want you to believe that that's always going to be the case 100% of the time. Don't be surprised if somebody asks you for a favor. Okay, don't be shocked or shook if somebody actually asks you for a favor. Again, it comes with the territory, ladies and gentlemen. You never know exactly what may be asked of upon you. But again, sometimes nothing is asked upon you. I'm just telling you, don't be surprised if something is asked upon you. It's not going to be enough to break the bank, and it's not going to be enough for them to be like, well, okay, well, he did this for me, he did this for me. Okay, I'm not gonna ask him for a fucking million pesos to do something else for me. No, no. If you find the right one, trust me, they're there. Treat them good. You treat them right. She'll definitely be yours by the end of the night. I feel that. I feel that. Has it happened to me before? I can neither confirm or deny any statements made in this video in reference to myself. But what I've learned over time, I guess, is it doesn't take as much. I don't want to say effort because that's the wrong word to use. It doesn't take as much time and it doesn't take as much energy as you believe it's going to take to do this and do that and get to where you need to be at. A lot of guys aren't willing to talk it out and conversate. They just want to get to the point. That's where the money comes in. You understand? But if you do give it just a little bit of time, don't talk about money. Don't even mention sex. Just I would say within the first, if you're texting, the first 2 long textual, I call them textual conversations, don't even mention sex. You might casually squeeze it in, probably about the second or the third time. You might just to get her idea on it. But if you come out talking about it straight out the gate, she's going to know where your mind is. She's going to be like, well, this motherfucker ain't trying to connect with me. He ain't trying to just get to know me. He's not trying to do anything with me other than hit it. So if that's the case, you gotta understand the mindset of a Filipina. And boy, oh boy, I wish I could make this video longer than I want to, but I'm not going to because I could make a video, and I probably should, about the concepts or understanding the mindset of a Filipino. It's not hard. It's not something that's gonna require any courses or anything like that. But there are certain triggers and stuff that I've learned over time wherein if you hit the right buttons at the right times, you're good. But in reference to casual sex, it can happen. It really can. It can happen probably a little bit sooner than most people expect. I've had guys tell me, yo, man, I met him one day and then the exact same day she's kicking it with me at my apartment. That is all based on her comfortability with you. I need to note that before I end this. How comfortable a Filipina is with you will determine what you're able to get. And trust me, if she's jumpy and fidgety when she's around you, you're in trouble. I believe in establishing touch barrier. It's a little different. I'm not gonna tell you to go grab her by the punan, but there's a touch barrier thing that I've learned, and I'll leave you with. I want to say I'm gonna leave it, but I'm not gonna leave it. But touch barrier is definitely important. Here's one thing I will note. All right, with touch barrier and how comfortable a Filipina is with you. Everybody knows the best place to touch a woman and establishing touch barrier. Lower back, small of the back, somewhere in the small, just above the ass, but right in the lower back. Not too high, not too low, just somewhere in the lower back. And for example, if you're walking in a mall or walking wherever you are, if you like you're trying to casually guide her towards somewhere, if you put her hand on the small of the back, I know it's gonna sound weird. I wish I could demonstrate this, but if you put her on small of the back, like you're trying to direct her to go somewhere because you're going this way, and she jumps like that, she ain't comfortable yet. Filipinas have a tendency to be timid sometimes. So if she's not comfortable, she's very jumpy. But when she's comfortable with you, she won't jump. All right? If you try to grab for the hand and walk hand in hand with her, if she lets you do it, comfortability level is there. Again, you got to be able to establish comfortability level as well. So out of all the bullshit that I said, conversate, feed them right, establish a comfortability level. 3 things that I hope you need. That's really what's going to determine whether you can partake in a casual relationship with a Filipino or not. How comfortable she is with you. Make sure she stays fed. And how good the conversation is. Because sometimes you could talk all day long. You could just talk with her and just enjoy each other's company. Trust me. If she's comfortable with you and she likes you, there is no reason in my mind why a casual sexual relationship cannot occur with a Filipina. Again, in reference to the United States, it's probably not as common in the Philippines as it is in the United States, but it does happen and it can happen. I'm not saying that you have to commit yourself to a relationship to get with a Filipino. Like I said in the video before, don't lie. Trust me, there's no need, no reason for you to lie. You can get away and get around a lot of things by just being truthful. I'm not fond of telling a Filipina how long I'm gonna be there in reference to my time frame. I'll tell her I'm gonna be here for a little bit, and then whenever I have to leave, I'll tell her, look, I gotta go back to work, but I'll make sure I keep in touch or whatever. But I'm not fond of divulging that information. But as long as you're honest in the conversation with everything else, I think you'll be good to go. All right, and I hope something in this video struck y'all. I don't know. I just be talking random stuff. But again, if there's the 3 things I want you to focus on: good conversation, make sure they stay fed, and establish comfortability level. Make sure she's not jumpy or some shit. Like when you invite her back to your place, like, yo, you want to go watch a movie back at my place or some shit, make sure, when you break that out, you can see it in her eyes that she's trying to get us something anyways, you dig? And sometimes, like I said, sometimes they just want the experience. As rare as it is, as much as it happened in college, as rare as it is, sometimes it's just the experience, man. So don't overlook the fact that it's just the experience and how you connect. And that's Doc, man. And I'm out. Peace.